Hello everyone, Earl Henderson, Primordial Defense. Thank you for watching. I have another Monday quarterback video for you. I'm going to play this video and talk about things that are going on to better explain what's going on and talk about things that I think that are being done right and are done wrong. This is an older video. It is from 2020, early 2020. I don't think that I've seen this video before. I can't recall seeing any bits of it. I took a gander at some of the images and none of it clicked with me, so I don't think I've seen it before, and I'm not 100% sure if it's ever been shown at any of the other normal places where you see these kind of videos. So without further ado, here we go.
Incident community briefing about an officer-involved shooting that occurred March 30, 2020 at Reservoir and 3rd Streets in the city of Pomona. Pomona Police Corporal Chad Jensen located a fleeing suspect who was wanted for assault with a deadly weapon, with a sword being the weapon, that caused a 4-inch laceration to the victim's head. The shooting occurred when the suspect pulled the 26-inch sword from his waistband and advanced toward the retreating officer. The shooting is the subject of 3 comprehensive and independent investigations by 3 entities. The Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department will conduct the criminal investigation. Once completed, the Sheriff's Department will submit their investigation to the Los Angeles County District Attorney's Office for review. The Pomona Police Department will also review the case to evaluate and determine if the use of deadly force adhered to the department's policies and procedures. No conclusions will be made until the investigations are completed. A word of caution: the images and language you are about to see and hear may be disturbing, especially to young viewers. Viewer discretion is strongly advised. Police received a 911 call from a man who said the suspect had attacked him and injured him in the back of his head with a sword. Here is an excerpt from the call that was slightly edited to protect the victim's identity.
911 operator 57, state your emergency.
I'm at the corner of San Antonio and on a ring, and my brother just hit me with a sword in the back of the head.
He hit you with a sword?
Yeah.
Okay, I need you to stop where you are so I can have an officer contact you. Did you need the paramedics?
Yeah, you might need someone to check my head out. I don't know, he hit me hard with a sword.
He's still in the area?
He's walking like nothing happened. He's walking down the street.
What direction is he walking?
He's walking on San Antonio towards
Is he northbound
2nd
or
Street.
southbound?
He's heading towards 2nd Street. I don't know I guess it would be
What's he wearing,
southbound.
color shirt and pants?
He's wearing a light blue beanie, dark blue sweater, and blue pants.
A few minutes later, the victim directed the officer to the location of the suspect.
The street Reservoir, he's right at the corner.
He's at Reservoir and what?
Down at the corner, he's almost making the turn to the right.
Oh, there he goes. Okay, I got him. Stay here. Okay, be right back. Stay here. Looks like he's going to be running southbound Reservoir for a second.
All right, let me back that up.
Okay, be right back. Stay here. Looks like he's going to be running south.
Okay, 2 things. Number 1, this call is a call about a person being hit in the head by a guy with a sword. Don't know what kind of sword it is right now, but a sword is a deadly weapon. And so this is a high-risk call that dictates the need for a rifle. Unfortunately, this is a common thing across the nation, officers responding to such high-risk calls and neglecting to get their long guns out. I'm not 100% sure if this agency has patrol rifles or not. Lots of places do have patrol rifles, but there are some places that do not. And I don't know anything about this one. So if they don't have a patrol rifle in the vehicle, I can't give any fault to this officer. The only fault I can give to is the administration of that agency for failing to properly equip their officers. Now, if there is a rifle in this car, then yes, I'm faulting the officer for failing to get it out. As he received this call, he's instantly going to know it's a high-risk call. At that point, he needs to get the rifle out, sling it, danger it up, and proceed to the call. That way, when he gets there, he is able to dismount from the vehicle with a rifle slung around his neck and put that thing into play right then and there. So if the rifle is in the cab of the vehicle, that could be a little bit easier. It's just as simple as pull over really quick, dismount it, get it ready, and go. If it's in the trunk or the cargo hold, again, pull over, but you're going to have to throw it in park, get out, go back there, grab it, and then get back in the car. It takes a little bit longer, but it doesn't take that long, right? So that's what you should do before you ever arrive on scene. Because you don't want to arrive on scene and then decide, oh shit, I need my rifle, but everything is so dynamic and quickly evolving that you don't have that time in that moment to get that rifle. So it's best to get that rifle out before you ever arrive on scene on high-risk calls like that. Second thing, the back of this microphone, I forget the brand name of this, but this is essentially a large magnet. That's a pretty cool product. I don't use one. A buddy of mine, he uses one, and he swears by it. So when you think about your console, it's all metal. You can stick that thing anywhere on your console, or depending on the make of your MDT stand, you could hit it on that. Of course, it comes with a mounting plate that you could drill anywhere. You can just slap it on there. It's a more simpler, cruder method, broader method of being able to secure that mic on something versus having to try to very carefully get that swivel mount on the back that's normally on the back and put it right in its precise little spot on the bracket. What I like to do is, let's see if I can back this up so you can see it better. What I like to do is I like to disconnect the microphone from the radio itself completely and run the cord through the open handle right here on the Tough Book, and then plug it back into the radio. That way the microphone itself, it sits and cradles perfectly inside this little handle when you pull the handle in the open position. Sits in there, rests inside that spot perfectly. The only downside to having it like that is you cannot close the Tough Book all the way. It'll only close down to the top backside of that microphone. It won't let it close all the way. I prefer that method because it's just closer to you. It's more simpler to reach over, lift it up, and then drop it back down. And also, I don't even have to pick it all the way up and talk into it. If I want to, I can just reach forward, hit the key button, and talk a little bit louder, and it picks the voice up just fine. Anyway, moving on.
Looks like he's going to be running southbound Reservoir for a second.
As the officer arrived, the suspect fled and attempted to conceal himself behind bushes. Here's the body-worn camera footage of the encounter.
Stop, motherfucker! Stop now! Stop now! Let me see your fucking hands! Stop! 998, Pomona, 998. Second and Reservoir, 998. Give me back.
Let's back this up. Some fucking superb hiding skills with this one.
As the officer arrived, the suspect fled and attempted to conceal himself behind bushes.
Dirt, 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 you don't see me. This stupid motherfucker. Oh, man. This guy's special. And watch it end up being he's actually special.
Here's the body-worn camera footage of the encounter.
Stop, motherfucker! Stop! Now! Stop! Now! Let me see your fucking hands! Stop! Fucking hands!
All right. So all kidding aside here, let's get serious. His grip is not the greatest. Now, he does get hits on target, right? He hits what he's supposed to be hitting, but his grip is just not optimal. A thumbs forward, two-handed grip is the grip that needs to be utilized. Holding the gun like this is basically just the same as just holding the gun one-handed. This support hand is not doing a whole lot in regards to helping to further stabilize this pistol and reduce the most amount of movement in it as possible.
Stop!
But he still puts rounds on target, so it works. But just know that there is a better way to have a grip on the gun.
998, Pomona, 998. Second and reservoir, 998. Give me medical aid over here now.
Note the officer told him to stop and to show his hands. That's when the non-compliant suspect pulled the sword from his waistband and advanced toward the officer, taking steps forward, while the officer took several steps back. Here is a photo of the sword. Here are photos of the victim's injuries. Officers on scene made contact with him to ensure he was treated. He was taken to the hospital and is expected to make a full recovery. After the shooting, officers immediately called the Los Angeles County Fire Department to render medical aid. Unfortunately, the suspect succumbed to his injuries at the scene. The suspect was identified as 37-year-old Anthony Pachecho. It is currently unknown to what extent drugs or alcohol may have played in the suspect's behavior, as the toxicology results from the coroner's office are not yet available. The information in this briefing is based on a preliminary and ongoing investigation. Our understanding of the facts and circumstances may change as additional evidence is collected and analyzed. It's important to note that officer-involved shootings are extremely rare in the city of Pomona. In the past 24 months, the Pomona Police Department has responded to more than 262,000 calls. During that time, there have been 2 officer-involved shootings.
Okay, so this is a nice little statistic that they've thrown up there. And I've talked about this before. Officers going their entire career and never having to shoot anybody. So a lot of people get their facts, so to speak, from fucking movies and shit. And as we all know, movies are totally unrealistic, but Hollywood would lead you to believe that police are getting in the gun battles all the damn time, and it's just, all kinds of crazy stuff. That's not reality. Reality of the matter is, majority of the law enforcement in this nation goes their entire career, 20, 30 years, and they never have to shoot anyone. There are some agencies out there that have never had an officer-involved shooting. There are agencies out there where it's been years, decades, since they've had one. So it's not a very common thing to be occurring. And so I think this kind of helps bring things like that into perspective when they show the amount of calls that they go on, and boom, this is the only time that anyone has been shot out of all these calls within the last 24 months.
The job of a police officer is difficult and dangerous. As this case demonstrates, officers often must react to unpredictable circumstances, sometimes in a fraction of a second. It is a tragedy whenever there is an officer-involved shooting. For the families of those involved, for the officers, and for the police department. Thank you for watching this critical incident band and advance toward the officer.
Alright, not much else to say about this video. If you like what you hear and see, go ahead and give me a like and a share. If you have not already, hit the subscribe button and stay tuned for more Monday quarterback videos. Earl Henderson, Primordial Defense, thank you for watching.